Fam, this is your brother Zion. I hope you're doing well. I won't be before you long, but I promise I will most definitely be strong. Kind of heavy today. Been heavy for a couple of days. One of the things that have been on my heart and deep in my spirit and causing me to cry from the inside out is a situation that took place on Facebook. Many people are talking about it. Many people are blogging about it. A young couple that committed suicide, not together but separately. Marquise and Mercedes. Mercedes was a young 18-year-old who was a freshman in college. She's from the Kentucky area, and she killed herself. She committed suicide. Just days later, her boyfriend Marquise, who was an up-and-coming and very talented fashion designer, he took it to Facebook and he gave a chilling account of how he was being harassed, badgered, and in many ways tormented by Mercedes' friends that accused him of contributing to her suicide. And he kept saying, y'all just don't know the problems that we had. Y'all just don't know what we were going through. Not problems that we were perpetrating amongst one another, but just the issues. And y'all just don't know. I loved her. She was my wife. She was my life. She was everything. Y'all just don't know. He was even told to not show up at the funeral. He said, don't even worry about finding my body. Don't even worry about that. Just after that video was posted, hours later, he killed himself. You know, I was reading in Matthew's chapter 17. Jesus went to the mountaintop to spend time with the Father. And he took Peter, James, and John for them to see how he looked before he touched down on earth. They took a glimpse inside of the world of Yehoshua for just a moment in time to see his glory. And there appeared Moses and Elijah discussing with Yeshua how he would die. And after that exchange took place, Jesus came down from the mountaintop. And there the rest of his disciples were there in the midst of a father bringing his son to deal with an ancient issue that was out to kill his son. And Jesus wanted to know what was going on. He said, well, you know, Yeshua, I brought my son to your disciples, not anyone else around, because I understood that the power of God is upon you and your followers. So I brought my son to them to cure them. Well, tell me about this situation. Well, this demon takes hold of him and throws him in the fire, then throws him in the water. And I need your help. And then Yeshua looked at the disciples and said, you faithless generation, you faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him to me. And Jesus cast the demon out, and the boy was healed. Later the disciples came to him and said, Jesus, why could we not do what you did? Yeshua said, because of your unbelief. This particular spirit comes out by way of prayer and fasting. The point of the matter is this: that the disciples in Matthew chapter 10, they were deputized by Jesus to do what he did. He said, I give you power to cast out demons, to heal the sick, to lay hands on those in my stead, and the results will be as if I was there. They had the ability to do it, but this particular occasion, they couldn't. So what am I saying? Are we like the disciples at the bottom of that mountain, unable to deal with issues of humanity when we've been deputized to do so? Are we too busy with our conferences, passing out business cards, trying to be the next gospel sensation, unable to deal with the issues that are burning our youth up, burning people up, drowning people. They're being burned in the fires of the criminal injustice system, the prison industrial complex, a derelict and dysfunctional educational system, domestic violence as they witness mama getting her head smashed in the window by father, or vice versa. Are they being drowned in low self-esteem, rejection, and shame, molestation, brokenness, and pain, a distorted self-image and perception of who they are, versus chasing an image that has nothing to do with who they are? Is the voice of the world louder than the voice of those of us who call ourselves disciples of Christ, or i.e. Christians? Are we ambassadors, or are we an embarrassment when God has given us the power to take charge and recognize spirits of suicide, of depression, and to love on people, to bring people back to the reality of who they are to God, but who they can be in God? Are we an ambassador or an embarrassment? That's all I got. When Jesus used the word perverse, I looked it up. It means to oppose, to turn aside, to distort, to plot against the saving purposes and plans of God, to turn aside from the right path. Is this